Well, the first time I ever used makeup, I was way too young. I think I was maybe 11 or 12. And I got my hands on some liquid eyeliner. And even though I didn't know how to wear makeup, I intuitively knew that it went on my eyes, and I tried it and I fell in love. And I don't think I've turned back since. The very first product that I ever purchased with my own money was an eyeliner. It was just a black pencil eyeliner. And I remember back then I was using it not for my eyes but for my lips. And it was hard to find black lipstick, so I had to settle for eyeliner. The Kat Von D beauty product that I use the most, well, I mean, I use all of it, but I tend to always use red lipstick and tattoo liner. People ask me all the time what my beauty icons are, and I don't really have a specific person. I think I'm more inspired by elements of nature or decades, like periods. I love the 1920s and all the way up until the 1940s, obviously the Victorian era as well. Well, personally, my favorite way of applying foundation is using my foundation brush, and I usually just create a layer, and then afterwards I like to take a beauty blender because it distributes the product really evenly and nicely. So yeah, I don't think I could live without it. I don't have any secrets. I think in general I find a lot of joy in sharing my techniques of applying makeup. I think it's important to be able to share it with the world. Sometimes when I see different makeup looks, I tend to respond to people that are just more creative and think outside the box. But I find it very aesthetically pleasing when people are minimalist about makeup as well. I think that's a really beautiful style as well. So yeah. I think my relationship with social media in general is a love and hate relationship. I think there's really great things about social media, being able to see what people all over the world are doing and being inspired by that. But at the same time, I think it can be very distracting too. I think for me, I would rather focus on creating in real life versus watching other people create all the time. And then I think because social media allows people to have a voice and an opinion, I think that aspect is abused a lot. And people, I know that anybody can relate to this, that they've experienced negativity and just hatred in the comments or in other ways. And some of that stuff can be very disheartening. But thankfully, the stuff that is good, the ability to share and inspire other people, definitely outshines the negativity. Well, my favorite red everlasting liquid lipstick would be Santa Sangre, and it's like a fire engine red that I think is very classic and beautiful, and it's very reflective in photography and in the daylight. I think it's very beautiful. I also love Lolita, and I think everybody loves Lolita. I think it's the perfect nude that acclimates to everybody's skin tone. But I also like weird pop colors. So, I like this purple shade that I have called Love, and that's one of my favorites too. Oh, I mean, if someone was trying to create an ombre effect using lipstick, there's just so many different routes that you can take. You can use color theory and use complementing colors, or you can use colors that don't complement each other. If you're doing a nude ombre lip, you can do everything from like black to nude, or stay in the blues, or turn it into berries. The options are so endless. I mean, that's one of the beautiful things about makeup, is that you can literally do whatever you want. But I think one of my favorite ombre lips that I personally created was one that I posted on my Instagram a long time ago. But I used Witch's Black and then Bow and Arrow, which is like a very pale nude, and just created this. It looked like my lips had been burned and ashes remained. And I wouldn't call it a beauty look, but I think it was very aesthetically pleasing to look at. Oh, there's so many things to love about Italy. Obviously the architecture and your art history, because I think that that's something that I starve for in the United States. We don't have that, unfortunately. But just as much as I'm passionate about that, I think it's the people and the energy. I feel like the first time I ever came to Italy, I was welcomed, it was a very warm welcome. And I know it's not Latin culture, but to me it's very similar. And that's I'm used to hugging people when I meet them and really celebrating each other. And so I feel that Italians are really good at that. And yeah, so I think that's probably one of my favorite things too.